Yo, what's up guys? Alex here, super excited for this video. I'm gonna be breaking down how I made $60,000 in one night off of Jake Paul and his fantasy app. He has a fantasy gambling platform, which is called Betr, and it's crazy. He made a video about this. They posted it, on Twitter, on Instagram. Absolutely crazy. And best of all, I gave out this play for free on Twitter. Over 400,000 people saw it. So just based on all the DMs I got, messages on Twitter from people who tailed, I estimate we probably took at least $10 million from Betr based on all the people who bet this exact same thing in one night, which is absolutely insane. Now, I want to break down kind of the process. Like, why did I think this bet was good? I think sports betting, it's really about education. Anyone can do this. Really, anyone can do this. I spent years learning sports betting, the math behind sports betting, before I started betting a lot of money. And a lot of people will say, oh, you just got lucky. You got lucky. You got lucky. So many people say that. And I mean, sure, whatever, right? Like, this is gambling. Everything takes a little bit of luck. But you can see I'm up on basically every single sports book. I'm up over $100,000 this year. Obviously, a $60,000 night helps. But regardless, I'm a profitable bettor. And my goal with this video is really to explain to you the process, right? How did I know this bet was good? Why did I decide to bet what I bet and bet how much I bet? So that's what we're going to be discussing in this video. Let's get into it. So before I get into why I played these specific bets on Betr, I want to break down a few things. First of all, it's not just Betr, right? As a sports bettor, I've been profitable this year on basically every sports book, right? My profit has come from a bunch of different books, and you want to have as many sports books as possible to be a profitable bettor. And the reason for that is all these books have their own prices. They have their own odds. So the market is super fragmented, super inefficient, with all sports books setting their own odds. So you can see right here, Hayden, his under 5.5 strikeouts is minus 110 on this one book called Fliff, but Caesars, another sports book, has this minus 127, so it's a different price. Sports betting is about finding value in the market, right? It's about getting an edge. So playing Hayden under 5.5 strikeouts at minus 127 versus minus 110, it's not the same bet. It's like being a trader and buying a stock at $110 versus $127. It's a different trade. So as a sports bettor, long story short, my profit in this case came from Betr, but you want to use as many books as possible, and I've used basically like 100 sports books since I started gambling. Now the second thing I want to mention is I'm very data oriented, right? I studied math in college. I went to Stanford, I studied math, and then I became a quantitative trader on Wall Street. So I worked for this firm, it was called SIG. And at SIG, you had to spend 2-3 years before you ever make a trade, before they ever let you place a trade with the firm's capital. You had to learn about markets, options. You had to really get deep into the weeds of how do markets work. And this is one of the top trading firms in the world, right? All of the founders are billionaires. It's a very successful firm, and they really focused on education, understanding options trading before you actually start risking the firm's capital, because you can lose money if you're risking the firm's capital. And long story short, I think it's the same thing in sports betting. I really understand how these books work, how to exploit edges, and that's really important when you're trying to make money long term. Anyone can win a bet. It's really hard to win money long term, make hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year, which I've done, for the past 5 years, 2023, 2022, up big money. This year, it looks like I'm going to be pretty profitable as well. So long story short, I really hope this video kind of explains to you how to think about sports betting, how to identify edges. So now let's get into the actual play. Why did I decide to bet this? I bet $4,000 total. I was risking $4,000 to win $60,000. Everything went right. Ohtani went yard. Judge went yard. I made $60,000. Amazing. But why did I decide to bet it? Basically, one day I literally woke up and I was scanning Betr. They added boosted picks. So basically, boosted picks are supposed to have an increased payout. And what I noticed is on Betr, if you include any 2 boosted picks, it doesn't matter what 2 boosted picks you include. You can see on my phone right here, you can swap them out, whatever. Any 2 boosted picks you go with comes out to a 10x payout. So you're putting down 100 to win 1,000, 1,000 to win 10,000. So long story short, I was like, oh, interesting. Betr has fixed payouts where any 2 boosted picks you go with is going to pay out 10x. So what I noticed about Betr, just playing around with their boosted payouts, is basically they put up every popular player to hit a home run as a boosted pick. Ohtani, Judge, Contreras, Ozuna, all the popular players you can think of. And in general, that's not a big deal because the payout on Betr is still not worth playing. So as an example, if I was looking through tomorrow, the 2 most likely players to hit a home run are Contreras and Ozuna. So if I add those 2 boosted picks on Betr, I'm getting a 10x payout. So putting down 100 to win 1,000. But if I build that same play on FanDuel, it's plus 1,300 odds. You're betting 100 to win 1,300. So obviously you'd rather play this parlay on FanDuel as opposed to Betr if you wanted to put money down on Contreras and Ozuna to both hit a home run. So long story short, what I noticed about Betr is basically every star player to hit a home run, they're putting up as a boosted pick. And usually that's fine. It's still not worth playing at a 10x payout unless Judge and Ohtani are both playing on the same day in very favorable matchups. So against weak opposing pitchers and also in weak ballparks where it's easier to hit a home run. So on this specific day, Ohtani and Judge were both boosted picks, so that came out to a 10x payout. And if you built this exact same play on other sportsbooks like DraftKings, it only came out to plus 669 odds. So you're putting down 100 to win 669 on DraftKings, whereas on Betr, you're putting down 100 to win 1,000. So that's when I was like, oh, Ohtani and Judge, maybe those are good pairs for tonight. So I realized, just kind of checking the odds on other sportsbooks, that Ohtani and Judge to both go yard. I pulled up that 2-pick parlay on FanDuel, DraftKings, various sportsbooks, over 30 sportsbooks. I looked at the odds. All of them were coming out to plus 670, plus 650-ish. And again, on Betr, any 2 boosted picks gives you a 10x payout. So you're betting 1,000 to win 10,000. So I realized, wow, Betr, their pricing broke. Any 2 boosted picks coming out to a 10x payout, having basically every player to hit a home run as a boosted pick. That's not going to work here because Ohtani and Judge, it should be priced closer to a 7.5x payout, an 8x payout. So I was like, okay, I really want to get money down on this. So I went to place the 2-pick entry on Betr, Ohtani and Judge to both go yard at a 10x payout. All of the sportsbooks were pricing this around plus 650. That's where it became clear, okay, there's really an edge on it. And Betr said, hey, you can only put down 1,000. Your max winnings is going to be $10,000. Because a lot of people have asked me, well, why did you put down 7 different plays? Why didn't you just put down one play and bet $4,000 on it? I put down $4,000 total. So a lot of people ask me, why didn't you just play, $4,000 on Ohtani and Judge? Is on Betr, you can see they have a max entry amount. And actually, now that I've won this slip, they've cut my max entry amount by 75%. It used to be I could put down $1,000. Now it's only $250. So once I recognized Ohtani and Judge, they're mispricing it, there's a very clear edge at a 10x payout, I put down the 1,000 to win 10,000, and then I found other pairs that I thought were profitable to get down the maximum exposure I wanted on this play, which was $4,000. Every single pick won, basically, so I won $60,000 profit on Betr. Obviously, it's not going to work out like that every time, but I found an edge, I exploited it for something I was comfortable with, and again, I'm aware that betting $4,000 on this crazy long shot parlay seems degenerate, But I knew, just checking dozens of other sports books, that they're really mispricing this. It should be closer to an 8x payout, 7x payout. But in this case, they're giving us a 10x payout. So I wanted to get down as much as possible. I wanted to maximize my EV, my profit margin, my edge. So I paired different plays together to get the maximum exposure that I wanted. So long story short, finding these plays, making $60,000 on Betr, it seems easy in hindsight, but I was ruthlessly checking these boosted picks, studying the sports book to identify this edge, and then I exploited it and obviously capitalized on it. So I hope this video was helpful. Feel free to drop any questions about Betr, about sports betting in the chat. Please like, subscribe to the channel as well. I love making sports betting content about data-driven, sharp gambling. So any feedback is much appreciated. Thank you so much for your time, guys.